I can't. I can't with you.
You guys like my haircut?
It's cute, right?
I'm really, really feeling myself right now.
Stop.
Today, I am.
You
I
finished?
feel very attractive right now. Anyway, hello.
Can you start feeling sexy with yourself?
I
Thank you.
told you I would be back. My wife, Mrs.
Hello, out there in TV land. Don't. I'm.
Kyrie's here. We're gonna talk about having a strong foundation. Because it's very important. Going through this whole TTC process, not only having the love and support of your wife or your partner or whomever you're with, not only is that important, it's also important to have the love and support, like undying support of the people that you consider to be your stronghold, your family, your foundation. If you don't have that, the process will be very difficult because you won't have anyone to lean on.
Or at least someone who can understand what you're going through to kind of help you find the direction you need to go
That as
during
well.
your process.
Like in your family or in your friend circle, if you don't have that, I'm here for you. If you're going through this, whatever you need, I got you. Or if you just want to talk, I got you. You need that. What you don't need is somebody saying, oh, it's not going to work. You gonna fuck a dude? No, we ain't gonna fuck no dude. I'm
Then you
upset.
busy having a conversation with yourself.
I'm sorry.
And you looking everywhere. Stop looking all over the damn place and
got
look at the
upset.
daggone, look at the webcam.
I got upset. Please continue.
Listen, I think, let me just speak on my own behalf because it is a different experience for me than it would be for my wife. Completely different because most of the stuff is happening to you. So, during this time of us trying to conceive, even in just the period of us conceiving, that was a year ago, basically about a year. I won't say it was easy because some of the things I think you face with your support system not only has to do with people who don't know you, but for the people who do, it almost, in a way, it comes off like they're judgmental.
Very.
And you don't get to really fully enjoy the process. It's not like we can say, oh, we slipped up, got pregnant, hey, everybody's gung-ho about it. It just doesn't, it didn't go like that for us.
Sometimes you hear why would you want to do that? Or you really want kids? Or
y'all both got ovaries. Why everybody ain't using their own ovaries?
Or
let's talk about that one.
It becomes, you're still young.
Or you have this you have to do and that you have to do.
Please excuse my feminine neck movements.
Ain't she head roll and all of that? I mean, I don't even have that. Come on. What I think most of the backlash that we kind of both received, but I think I got it hit a little harder, was from my own family because they're very judgmental. They don't understand what the hell is going on. As a matter of fact, when I told my father that I was going to try to have a baby, how you gonna do that? How y'all doing that over there? What y'all doing?
You know what my mother said? My mother said, girl, you better put some meat on your ass.
That's what she told me. I don't think that that's funny because then you know how it comes on my side of the family. It's too much meat on the ass. What y'all cooking over there? I mean, we always getting some. It's not funny. We are always getting. If it's not one thing, it's another. It's like you can't do good enough, or you can't do enough to just be left alone.
Basically, somebody always got some shit to say. Always. And when you're trying to get pregnant, they will always have some shit to say. It's gonna be some in the corner person,
and it's the most ignorant stuff that you hear. Ignorant. My father was like, "What do you mean you bought the sperm? How do you buy that?
You sure he ain't gonna come take the baby?"
The thing with my family is that we are very much from the Caribbean, and I'm not saying that because you're from the West Indies or anything like that. That means that you're. Thanks, babe. That means that you're ignorant, to what's going on in the world. But it's not really accepted. So you're kind of like, what they doing to you? Fine. My mother, I am not going to say she is the worst. because I'm sure someone out there has something that is unheard of. I will say that there was a level of support that I definitely needed from her, that it's an uphill battle. And, you know, everybody has their opinion about how you raise your child. They have an opinion about what Pampers you use, what milk you're giving them, if you're giving them milk. It's probably the most annoying experience. Like, within our couple, we just want to know that we have an outlet, a uniform outlet, that in the event something happens, we can say, okay, Brielle will stay by whoever's house for a moment while we go do X, Y, and Z, or, you know, you get those moments of encouragement, because a lot of TTCing and having the child afterwards, you need that push sometimes.
It's very stressful, and sometimes leaning on each other is just not enough. You need more. If you're going through the process right now, you're in the midst of your TTC. If you have someone, a mother, a father, sister, brother, whomever, that is there for you in your corner, consider yourself,
and fully supports you.
Fully supports you. Consider yourself to be very lucky.
Blessed. Not even lucky. Blessed.
Because it's not always like that. As Kai said, there always going to be questions, and it's going to come from your family. For me, personally, a lot of it didn't come from my mother, which is what I was very surprised at, and I give her props for that, because she didn't come off the way that I thought that she would come off. In fact, she was there pretty much every step of the way. My mother is not an emotional person by any means. I don't come from a touchy family, emotional family. But the fact that she, like, whenever something happened, can I talk about December?
I don't even know what you're talking about, but whatever. You know,
well, my wife was
day old and
my wife was in the hospital, and my mother was there.
Oh, well,
every day.
Let me explain. That December, I was a few months pregnant at that point, and, you know, as my wife told you previously, we had a scare. So this was something else that happened. We were in the midst of celebrating our anniversary. I won't say what took place or transpired, but I will say the idea. You gonna tell me it wasn't in the idea? The idea was nice. We got married at Angel's Watch Inn, and we loved that place so much. Like, if you haven't been there, all you LGBT couples, make it your way there. It is cozy, it is warm, it is very intimate.
And they got this tub, y'all.
And the tubs.
Girl.
Honey.
Needless to say,
we were
being married, and
what happened was, no.
And something in my wife's back popped.
Something, I don't know what happened. All I know is I woke up and all I heard was a pop in my ear and jumped the hell on up. I don't know how fast I got dressed, but I know my wife left her slippers, because I was like, you need to get your ass on up. We got to go.
Mind you, we were celebrating our first anniversary.
I didn't care. Look, something ain't right. We got to go to the hospital now. Okay? I ain't never had a pain like that in my life that you could hear before you felt it. When you felt it, you needed to move your ass. So that's what I did. Get ready, Jay. By the time she got up, I was already dressed. I was already packed. Car was warming up. Let's go. You can get dressed in the car. I gotta go. At that point in time, my wife we're both Northerners, but I lived in the South. So, you know, when you live in the South, you're kind of forced. You have to get your license. There's just no way around it. At that point in time, my wife, I believe, had her permit or something.
I had my license, but I hadn't driven on a highway yet.
That's what it was. And, you know, I'm speeding, we getting home in however long it takes, we gonna get there. My back is on fire. I'm talking about, we done pulled over a few times because I can't take it. I'm almost in tears holding on to my soul because I don't know what's happening. I know that the baby is fine. I know that what's wrong with me is me. It's my body, and that's what's up. We get to Brooklyn, get back, immediately go to the hospital. Everything is still in there. They keep me. I go through all kinds of probing. They don't know what's wrong. Some crazy nurse gave me a catheter with no drugs.
Before we get all the way into that, let's just go back to the point. The point is, during that whole situation, she was in hospital. Kai was in hospital for
a week.
The better part of a week. Yeah, a week. And my mother showed up every day. My mother was not thrilled at the idea that her daughter was a lesbian. Her only daughter. Her oldest child, only daughter, was a lesbian. She didn't even speak to Kyrie for a cool
good part
year.
of our marriage. I mean, I couldn't even
not
get
our marriage, but our relationship as her being my girlfriend.
I couldn't even get a hi. I say hi, Miss. You be like, oh.
The fact that when I said to my mother, I'm gonna marry this woman, she decided to come around. And then when it came to the point of us having Brielle, and when she was pregnant, anything we needed, my mother was there.
She stepped in. She opened the doors
without me even having to ask. And that touched me because I didn't expect it. The flip side of that is your dad was there, but he has his problem with seeing her in pain, so his ass never came upstairs to the hospital.
He didn't like to see me hurting. My father he cannot take seeing me cry. He can't take me seeing. Look, if I'm miserable, he is running. He wants to know how to fix it. That's fix. That's That's.
And then you won't see his ass again.
And then you don't even need to see him. But he was. I'll give him this. He was there as much, and I knew his boundaries, so he was there. I can't say too much about my other relatives because most of them live out of state and they all have their own agendas. We'll say that. So the support that I needed from, let's say, my maternal side, almost non-existent. Even now, non-existent pretty much.
We see these videos of you guys, Ebony and Denise and what's her name, Marquita? And her wife, the girl from Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Their little girl Riley. Their moms are always there. Their moms or their daughter's godparents, things like that. Like, that's so important because you're gonna go through these moments where you feel like breaking down. And Studs, I'm making a series of videos about us, but you gotta go through those moments where you have to have the stone face. And just hold your girl. You have to hold your wife, and you can't necessarily break down with her. But those moments when you can break down, you want somebody there for you too. And it can't always be your wife because she's gonna get nervous.
One moment.
But those times, like, you need somebody there. Yeah. You have to have somebody in your corner. It's so important. I can't even reiterate. I can't even say over and over and over how much it is important to have somebody in your corner. Build that foundation.
All right.
You build that foundation, and your whole family tree will flourish. It will flourish. And if you have that already, please consider yourself lucky, blessed, because your baby is going to be born into an excellent family. Not to say Brielle, is lacking anything in her life, because she's definitely not. But that support when Kyrie was pregnant would have been much, much, much appreciated. Now we have our friends, and we still have my mom, and her dad is always there. But we have our friends and her godparents, and everything is it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but Brielle loves everybody, and everybody who knows her, who's taken it upon themselves to get to know her, they love her too. And in the midst of them loving her, they fall in love with us because we mad cute. Anyway, we need to cut the video short because Brielle's on her way home. Peace. Subscribe.
Like.
Ask questions. Like. Anything of the sort. We are Team Tucker, and we is out this bitch.
Something is wrong with her.